Evolve matches ever played released on my YouTube channel this week. Take the shot and save Jesus. Go watch those. They're absolutely ridiculous after the stream if you want some more competitive Evolve. Anyway, for the rest of the picks here, let's round it out. Once again, Kraken was banned. Wraith Trap was the map. Assault, Torvald banned. Parnell picked. Trapper, Jack banned. Maggie picked. Support, Sunny banned. Hank picked. Medic, Slim banned. Again, it's confusing to me. And Val is going to be picked.
I think that's
it's
just
not
a monster
confirmed
preference
yet,
at this point. He just doesn't want to deal with the Spore Clouds. Spore Clouds to some people are just a lot more effective than others. But we are looking at a Val pickup as well.
Val has been picked, and the monster, I'm going to guess, is going to be Meteor Goliath again. Meteor Goliath won last round, but they banned Kraken, so Meteor Goliath again. Interesting to see. You don't start playing the game when you jump out of the dropship. You start playing the game in preparation in these bans and picks. So I'm not sure why they didn't ban his Meteor Goliath. LFC just won with Meteor Goliath, so why not ban it? It seems like he did excellent with that. Do they really fear Kraken that much? We'll see how he does with Meteor Goliath, or maybe they have a different strategy they'll execute this time. The picks and bans are where the match competitively here in TGL starts. Everyone in the chat, though, thanks for joining. Seeds, where can people find you?
Well, they can find me at the Twitter down below, or they can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/aceeds. We cast as many tournaments as possible for Evolve. It's currently exclusively Evolve, so all we do is Evolve. So if you want to check out me and go there, of course, you do see Stealth Shampoo, who's the beautiful man to my right there, and he's actually going to be having his own content. Where can they find you, Shampoo?
Twitch.tv/Stealth Shampoo. I'm Stealth Shampoo and everything, so that username you see down there is not only my Twitter, but I am Stealth Shampoo and everything. So if you want to find me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitter's a great way to get in contact with me. And does anyone in the chat want free Evolve gear? Because I got posters. If any of you guys are going to PlayStation Experience, hunt down me or DB Sinclair, and while supplies last, you guys can get yourself some Evolve posters. I think I'm the only one who has these. I stole a bunch of them from the Proving Grounds, and I have like 70 of them sitting over there. So if you guys want some Evolve posters, all you gotta do is hunt me down at the PlayStation Experience, and DB may have some extra gear as well. So also be sure to tweet at me if you want me to personally reserve you a poster or something. Just feel free to tweet at me, and I'll do my best while supplies last to save you some stuff. And of course, if you're trying to locate me in the venue of PlayStation Experience at the Moscone Center, you can tweet at me as well. I'm always checking out my Twitter. Anyway, we're getting into the next match. Be sure to follow me and Seeds anywhere that you could find both of us. And don't forget to follow the Gentleman's League as well for more TGL content. If you guys are enjoying these matches, follow us here on Twitter and at Evolve TGL on Twitter. The Gentleman's League on Twitch is what you guys are watching right now. Everyone in the chat, thank you guys very much for coming out, and all the Patreons. And everyone who is chatting in the chat, thank you as well. We're hopping into the next match here, which is on Wraith Trap. What do we got here on the Hunters? Parnell, Val, Hank, and Maggie Daisy. Opening route, Seeds, what do you think we got here?
I'm thinking same route we saw last time, where we saw the leap forward, get the food here. However, Meteor Goliath does have farther leap, so he's going to overshoot it a little bit. But we'll probably see him go forwards, just like we saw in the previous game, just because that route has just enough food that you can eat as much as you want. However, the road to town is another option, which is what we're seeing right now. He's rotating and going to town and changing things up. It does look like he is running move speed, just based off of how quick he's able to go. He wants to be able to traverse the map and not worry about dealing with a move speed trapper. But just to keep in mind, we are looking at a capacity Parnell, a capacity Val, and a capacity Hank. They want to be able to do as much as possible. They are increasing every bit that they can hold, giving themselves a little bit of extra traveling packs. Got a little bigger backpacks this time, as they're able to just deal more damage, more heals, more shields. Is their game plan this time. So we'll see what that happens, and right now it looks like he did go to town instead of going to forest, so he's looking to get the stage, but unfortunately Wildlife was a little bit delayed on the spawn, so he'll be looking to engage after he gets full Evolve meter, which he should have enough if he's able to mitigate the first dome from Generic.
Of course, that first dome, you don't want to be on the back pedal from that. Take too much health damage at stage 1. I've seen monsters be unable to fight at stage 2 full armor, even if they wanted to, because of how much damage they've taken at stage 1. Looks like he's trying to force a dome right there, if not just trying to poke at the Hunters.
I think he's trying to see if Generic would throw it if he engaged on him. Daisy right now right beside the monster, doesn't actually care. Harpoon Trap going to be stopping at one traversal, so they're going to get a little bit of poke damage. There goes the bar. Xerox shooting him from the rear. In the rear with the gear, coming in with that rocket damage. Going to be looking to stim up and keep up the chase. But if we look over at Generic right now, we're looking at Generic on the low ground. There we go. He's coming across, looking at 80-meter distance, so he's just outside of dome distance, but he's at 100 meters. Generic is actually going to choose to cut in this scenario because Veracron is taking time feeding in the back corner. We look, however, at the Daisy cam. Daisy is actually in hot pursuit, ready to sniff her way forward.
The skin. The Daisy skin. The Night Hunter is my absolute favorite. Moving out here. Our monster is, what is that, about 2 meets away from getting the stage. Looks like he's trying to sneak back, and he's absolutely taking movement speed. 2 or 3, somewhere around there. It's hard to tell with that little bar down there, but he's definitely taking movement speed. Look how, oh, Parnell's going to see that. There's no way he was going to juke around.
Maybe. I've seen it happen, but you never know what can happen. Xerox, though, having quick on the flame and ready to fight, while Parnell is just shooting him in the face. Veracron just doing what he can to try and get some initial damage and force a dome to have a loop. If he's able to get this, Generic, however, is getting in position to make sure he's able to dome. Just wants to make sure to not have a loop scenario. If he domes in this position, there will be an infinity loop, which an infinity loop is a loop that is not 1 loop, but 2. So, we'll see what they do.
And if I'm ever playing Assault, if a trapper on my team throws an infinity loop, that's all pain and sadness. That is not a fun loop to try to get damage into if the monster doesn't want to take damage. That's the thing with Ray Trap. You got a lot of these big pillars, you gotta watch out for those infinity loops and loops, so your Assault can get damage and deter the monster away from the team in the late game because he won't have as much of a health pool to pad the damage.
Yeah, so he's down to 3 armor from a full armor Meteor Goliath ready to engage. Generic, again, showing exactly what we saw last game with his discipline, knowing not to go in and throw the dome preemptively, and that he wants to have a perfect position. Xerox is just narrowing down that armor pool, making it slimmer, as right now he's waiting to see exactly how much damage he can get while they're waiting on him. Gets the Super Soldier, going to be stimming up to deal more damage. He's at half, has to burn the personal shield. We're looking at a very, very hurt Parnell, but he keeps breaking that stealth bounce with the Super Soldier shots, and then even the Mammoth Bird joining in and shocking Xerox while the shield was up, so there's no damage there. Generic's going to be looking to catch the dome here. There's the dome coming out.
Oh, that's a huge catch. He's going to take some serious heat right here. This is a nice place to dome. You do have a small loop back here,
but no infinity.
But if you eliminate the Tyrant, this is a nice flat area to do some damage, and this monster had no armor going into this dome. Harpoons already also preemptively set up, it looks like, and the damage is coming out. There's not a lot this monster can do than soak up the pain. Oh, actually, there is a down sloth right here, but they're not going to allow him to eat it. The hunters have absolutely identified the fact that that sloth is there, and someone's going to be making sure that that Goliath does not get 4 meats. That's going to give him armor and the stage 2. Not going to be able to focus anyone down either. His health is just being torn through right now. That's a bar and a half here in this dome. Just trying to stay away from Parnell as much as possible. That Super Soldier right now, get a couple headshots with no health, and like I said, backpedal to stage 2. Trying to go back, nope, you can't eat that slot. There's way too much heat coming in. Orbital also drops. We're seeing a monster at half health at stage 1, and the dome is offline. We may go down to about 2 bars of health here on the chase. A couple rockets and machine pistol shots make it into his back on the move. With the mitigation, he tried his best to mitigate, and he actually would not, I believe, have taken health damage, or at least not significant health damage, if he had full armor going to that dome. But no armor going to that dome, not looking good right now. This monster is going to be working his way uphill from stages 2 and 3. And of course, this is not a position you want to be in.
And now he has full evolve meter.
Finally evolve ready. I was about to mention. He was not evolve ready out of that dome, so he had to spend some time eating. And by spending some time eating, that gives the dome a little bit more time off of cooldown. And you do not want to get domed right now. He needs to get full armor before he's domed. He doesn't want another low
Reaver just stopped Veracor from getting face stuff because he was actually about ready to boost forward, but he did get hit by the Reaver, which actually slowed him down just enough to make sure he wasn't able to do it because he had to stop and deal with that, but also his movement speed was lowered. We do see a 3-point rocket getting picked up. Stealth bounce going in on Daisy, and if Daisy dies, you all die. Going in on this, we have right now a down Daisy looking to get revived.
Poor Daisy. Daisy's just burning right there. They're going to lose their tracking and their sneaky reses for about the next 2 minutes. I do not think they're going to get that pickup right there. Daisy's just far too low to sacrifice the med gun. If they try to pick her up with the med gun, that means it's not on another hunter. And if it's not on another hunter, that means it could potentially be another down. So Daisy is going to go warm up the dropship. The good news is, if anyone dies within the next 2 minutes, they're going to get an early spawn. Yeah. Because Daisy was sent away.
Rock's
Val
going
taking
in.
a heat right here. Ooh, the rock on Hank. Hank is looking really low right now. The orbital comes in hot. That was a nice little corner to get stuck into orbital yourself, and Hank is now gone. But the monster did not take too much damage from that orbital. Parnell doing his best right here. Looks like he's really committed to this fight. Nice flat area here on the helipad, coupled with that bunker area. It looks like it's mitigation time, though, for this monster. You're going to go back down here into the cave, trying to stay away from Parnell. Ooh, that's a
that's a God Dome.
Yeah, that's a God Dome right there. Not really a significant God Dome, because the monster can just move about 10 feet over to his side and get around there.
Yeah.
But that is a slight God Dome right there.
It's enough that if they really need it, they can use it, because that is enough space that they can fit through. As you see him even checking to see if he can squeeze his way through, and he knows he needs to pull them away from that spot if he wants to engage and get it down, or any possibility of that. So he's going to choose to go up on the high ground and try and mitigate as much as he can. He's at 4 bars. Dome is released. Even the Nomad joining in to help him out. Thank you, Fauna. Thank you, Wildlife, as he is able to leap away because of that Nomad's interruption. Looking to get some health going on, and everyone's getting healed up by Thonar nice and quick. Shield actually was popped by Xerox, so personal shield will be on cooldown if Varicor is able to reinitiate. He's at 2 and 2 2/3 armor, sorry, health right now, and he's just going in to deal damage and just get himself ready to stage 3. As he is Varicor, he's trying to melt things down with those flames, just trying to survive until stage 3, which they do not have a crow, so that means that stage 3 is, as long as he healths up and stages up, he should be okay.
Those harpoons, though, from Maggie, going to cause a little bit of problems for Goliath. I absolutely hate those harpoons when tactically placed on the ledge. Also, it should be important to note, after the recent title update, that you have to be more precise when breaking the harpoons because of the fact that auto-win was changed on the monster melee. And for good reason, too. We saw in an ESL game, I believe, a monster get completely screwed over by not meleeing Laz, but instead accidentally auto-aim meleeing someone behind him was the reason for that change. Going in for the feed here, we do have a 3 snack right here. That's a tasty 3 meat. Giving him, I think he's about maybe 6 meats away, 2 mammoth birds from hitting stage 3. And Daisy is back up on the field. 1 down penalty on Daisy. Sacrificed 5 bars of health, and that is not looking good at all for this Meteor Goliath. If he wants to take this win, it's probably going to be at stage 3, or if 3 of the hunters step in plants all at the same time while he pounces the last one. That's about the only way he can win at stage 2 at this point, and I absolutely doubt that that's going to happen.
Yeah, we have Dome ready right now, all the initiation. He knows that if he engages here, he should be okay, or at least able to get something. He's going to try and leave, but he's not quite able to. He knew the Dome was off cooldown, just ready to fight, wanting against these rocks, trying to get Xerox, trying to get that damage done. If Xerox goes down, they won't have anywhere near as much damage to get done. Orbital Barrage being thrown down, Harpoon in his rear, takes down 2 bars of armor, Rock getting picked up and tossed, actually holds onto it to try and make sure he hits after the shield goes away, but still it just comes down just before the Rock gets down. Here comes the leap, though. Goes straight for Thonar. Thonar revealed himself. Rock gets picked up. Tossed to Thonar. Doesn't connect. Thonar's on the run, healing up others as he's on the run, using the heal burst to keep himself alive. And we have a very, very low health Meteor Goliath trying to survive. Listen, if this Hunter team's able to get this, that'll make this 1-1 on this side.
There they are. I was talking about them earlier. Those harpoons completely mitigated a Goliath leap right there. We're looking at about less than 2 bars of health right now. Rock going out. Does connect on Parnell right there, and Parnell is going to be burning just a little bit. Feel the burn, Parnell. But the monster may take more heat than the hunters. And by more heat, I mean that dome may have been the kill box right there. Oh no, but he's actually going to get away with a sliver of health if we can't get some more Hank laser from long range, perhaps a Val sniper shot, some Maggie machine pistol, a rocket from Parnell. It looks like this Goliath is getting away, and he came back with a low amount of health last round to take the W, making it 2-1 in favor of LFC.
And the odds were definitely like if is bad, if not worse than what they are right now. So I think he has a good chance once he stages up, but he needs to get to that stage as soon as possible. Like, he's going to have a rough time up until he stages up. He's going to get on the high ground here, make sure he has protection from an orbital, which in this case he'll only have half protection because it'll get clipped right there. But he will still be hit by an orbital. Yeah, but you don't have line of sight.
There goes Parnell popping that super soldier. You saw him. Oh no, he is close enough. I lied.
Oh no.
I may have
oh no.
Grossly.
Oh, not quite enough.
So that 35% damage is gone. Unfortunately, the super soldier did not connect. They did just break his armor on the chase and may have taken a light amount of health damage. But at this point, it might just be a good idea to stop chasing, charge your jetpacks, clear your battlefield, get rid of the Nomad, get rid of the plants, get ready to throw down.
And Dome just came off cooldown now. That was so tight.